Mr. Bowden.
Thank you all. Let's go ahead and call the September 1st, 2021 Executive Committee public hearing to order. First item, roll call. Mr. Burns?
Thank you, sir. Jackson Bogan.
Here.
Larry Leverins.
Here.
Jerry Reynolds.
Here.
Gary Schroeder.
Here.
Tom Murtaugh.
Present.
Greg Jones.
Here.
Kathy Parker.
Here.
Quorum present.
Thank you, sir. Approval of the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes from the August 4th, 2021 meeting as submitted.
I second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. New business none. On to the public hearings, where I get to read a wonderful statement. For those of you unfamiliar with our procedures, the Commission would like you to know the following. When we hear a request to subdivide land, we are only concerned as to whether the actual drawing showing the division into lots meets the technical requirements of our ordinance. The question of appropriateness has already been determined. Anyone wishing to make comments or provide us with information regarding any subdivision petitions will be given the opportunity to do so. We are a 7-member body, and the majority of 7 is 4. Regardless of how many commissioners are actually present, at least 4 votes in favor or 4 votes against are required for action to be official. If fewer than 4 of us agree to either approve or disapprove an action, that case must be heard again next month. Our vote on a request to subdivide is final. When addressing the Commission, please state your name and address for the record. Please limit your statements to no more than 5 minutes, and we ask that you not repeat what others before you have already said. Cell phones must be turned off while the meeting is in session. If you need to make a call, please step out of the room before using your cell phone. All exhibits presented to the Commission become the property of the Commission.
I move that there be incorporated into the public hearing portion of each application to be heard this evening and become part of the evidence at said hearing, the Unified Zoning Ordinance, the Unified Subdivision Ordinance, the Concept Plan, the bylaws of the Area Plan Commission, the application and all documents filed therewith, the staff report and recommendations on the applications to be heard this evening, and responses from the checkpoint agencies.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. On to subdivisions, S5016.
I move to hear and vote on S5016, Tippecanoe Mall Minor Subdivision Number 6, Minor Sketch.
I second.
Brian?
Okay, so we're in the Tippecanoe Mall immediate vicinity. The petitioner is seeking approval to create a commercial lot on about 1.5 acres. The existing Hooters restaurant. Purpose of the request is to just create a separate lot for this restaurant property, and presumably, any other that would take over there in the future. As you can see, the land's all zoned GB, a lot of I3, heavy non-residential area. There's the site there. Of course, the right-of-way is in good shape. In fact, there's more than required there. Staff is requesting a NVA, no vehicular access statement, to be along the frontage, which has been shown. Public utilities are available. This site gets its sewer and water through the mall, so it's ultimately public, but it's kind of does it via the mall property, so it's part of a larger water sewer campus that these outsites take advantage of. Conformance with UZO, the 10% green space requirement, I'm not sure if that can be met. As you can see, it's pretty paved over. So that's going to be a call for the city engineer's office to determine if perhaps a variance is required in order to make this conforming, or they can green it up, especially per the city's landscape ordinance. Other than that, there's not too much more to say about this. All the conditions are fairly standard for final planning, and then the subdivision covenant issue for the NVA is added, so we are recommending conditional primary approval for S5016.
So, Ryan, I have a quick question. So are the rest of those outlots aren't individual lots? Like, for example, O'Charlie's, they are all one, it's all one parcel?
Yes, I believe that's the case. Well, you can kind of see where the property lines, there's a few of them have been platted. It looks like with that service center to the north, looks like it has its own lot. The Arby's site, or no, I guess that would be the McDonald's. The McDonald's and the Arby's site, looks like they've got theirs. Yeah. So it's a scattering. So, some do, some don't.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's bizarre, isn't it? Or
no, it's not uncommon. I mean, especially when you have a mall and lots of outbuildings, they're all in the same zone. so they just all would be beholden to one property owner, which is
okay.
not uncommon. But in this case, Simon Malls obviously has, over the years, sold off bits and pieces, so.
Okay.
Ryan, quick question for you in regards to your earlier comments in regards to vegetation, green space, which I know is not before us today. But I'm assuming that the landowner had to go through a variance originally to remove some of the green space required for Tippecanoe Mall. Let's just assume they did.
Mm-hmm.
If they did, when this is broken out, does any of that go to them, or is it a start over and they now have to adhere to the
Yeah, I
guidelines?
mean, if they're platting, then they're essentially creating a new environment for themselves, and they would have to, as a new lot, abide by current ordinance. So their grandfathering status, if there is any, would be lost because of this subdivision action, so.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Petitioner's representative wishing to speak on this? Welcome, and name and address for the record,
Yeah, Michael
please.
Rabinowitz, an attorney at 1 Indiana Square, Suite 1800. I like the pace at which you're moving. I agree with the comments the staff made. I have no further comments. Would request your approval of this subdivision.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Okay, with that, we have our ballot. This is Tippecanoe Mall minor subdivision number 6.
No, I got a pencil.
And bonding is not requested.
Coming around. Wow, they all are doing that. Okay.
My pen doesn't work.
Pass that down to Murtaugh.
I have two here.
Here, use Tom's. Ryan, my pen doesn't work.
They passed me another one.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Okay, this one still doesn't work. Thank you. That's right.
Does everybody got dry?
You might just need a little scribble, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan, I forgot to give you this one. I was preoccupied with my pen not working.
We have 7 votes in favor of S 5016.
Thank you. S 5020.
I move to hear and vote on S 5020, Northgate East Subdivision, Section 2, minor sketch.
I second.
Back to you, Ryan.
All right. So the battleground now, and the Northgate subdivision, as you can see here, from the zoning perspective, a lot of, again, commercial zoning, highway business, neighborhood business, some general business, all taking advantage of the interstate access. As you can see, one part of it's already been developed with the Wendy's site that's there. The right-of-way is solid. We've got plenty, so there's no further dedication there. The land in this request was part of the Northgate East major subdivision, which was approved back in 2007. That approval is expired. However, all the public improvements, sanitary, storm, water lines, everything's in place. So because of that, we can do this as a minor. And so beyond that, this is even simpler than the previous one. The conditions for final plating are all standard, and so we are recommending approval. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. O'Gara. Petitioner's representative. And name and address for the record, please, sir.
Anthony Sires, Civil and Environmental Consultants, 530 East Ohio Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204.
Thank you.
No further comments, and we agree with the petition and the approval.
I like your style.
Thanks.
Any questions? Hearing none. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak? Okay. We have our ballot, Northgate East Subdivision Section 2.
No,
What's the deal?
it's
How come?
you.
What's that, Ryan?
This one
Yep.
already in the grade.
Yep.
So you shouldn't have to write any more, Kathy.
I know.
So the reason
I love
that
the hook.
that
You keep
stuff is
giving me
there is
faulty
how you can
pens.
make it a minor sketch?
Thank you.
Thank you. No? It did.
Once again, 7 votes in favor of S 5020.
Thank you. Approval of the September APC public hearing agenda.
I move that the following USO amendment be placed on the September 15th, 2021 Area Plan Commission public hearing agenda. That'd be USO Amendment Number 12, updating forms and definitions of lot to agree with the Unified Zoning Ordinance.
I second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries.
I move the following subdivision petitions be placed on the September 15th, 2021 Area Plan Commission public hearing agenda at petitioner's request. Placement thereon being without reference to compliance or noncompliance with the adopted subdivision ordinance. Those would be S 5022 Colburn Minor Subdivision Minor Sketch and S 5023 Woodrow Subdivision Phase 2 Major Preliminary.
I second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries.
I move the following rezoning petitions be placed on the September 15th, 2021 Area Plan Commission public hearing agenda. Z 2835 PCM Properties LLC, Russell State PD R3.PDMX. Z 2837 Cason and Earl LLC, Murdoch Gardens Phase 2 PD, I3 and NB to PDRS. Z 2838 Bricksmore Property Group, Sagamore Park Center PD, PDNR to PDNR. Z 2839 Paramount Development Group LLC, GB to R3 and Z 2840 Garrison Properties LLC, NB to R1.
I second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Approval of the August ABZA public hearing agenda.
I move the following petition be placed on the September 22nd, 2021 Area Board of Zoning Appeals public hearing agenda. BZA 2062 James M. Tyler and Jennifer L. Neville.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Determination of variances.
I move the following requests for variance from Unified Zoning Ordinance are not requests for use variance prohibited from consideration by ordinance and statute. That's case 2021-24 WND Lafayette LLC, case 2021-25 CHW Properties LLC, and case 2021-26 SP Cole Property Management LLC.
I second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Review and approval of the August budget report.
I move we approve the August budget report as submitted.
I second.
Mr. Hiddle?
Thank you. The budget report is on the back page of your packet. Nothing in particular to call out, but would be happy to answer any questions.
I did have one. Never mind. I answered my own question. Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval of the August budget. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? That carries. No other business?
I move to adjourn.
So moved. There we go.
Good job.
That was pretty quick.